Hello and welcome to my channel. You Are the One, where we talk all things law of assumption to help with your manifesting journey. And today I have a really interesting video because of what happened after I recorded the first video of this. This is not my first recording because I recorded this video last week and then that thing happened. So I brought into reality what I was talking about in the video, not meaning to. So I had to go back and delete the video. I'm now recording it again from the new perspective. So I'm going to do this in two parts. Otherwise it's going to be too confusing. I'm going to confuse myself because reality is proving to be pretty awesome at the moment. Things are moving fast. Things are coming into manifestation fast. And the point of this video is to remind you to be really conscious of the words you're using, the thoughts you're thinking, and the conversations you're having, because you are creating your reality moment to moment to moment. And I'm going to share with you exactly what happened with the recording of this video that then led into that reality. So we're going to work through this together, otherwise I'm going to confuse myself. So stick around. Before we get into it, just a little bit about me. My name is Hedley Derenzie. I'm a qualified life coach and author specializing in the law of assumption as originally taught by the great American mystic Neville. It is the stories that we tell that create our reality, and by God is that more true now than ever. And I'm going to share with you in this video what I'm talking about. But if you want to change your reality, you really do have to start by changing the story, or at least stop telling the same old story you've been telling. And if you want to create the most amazing reality, then you have to know how to tell the most amazing stories and hold them long enough for your reality to catch up. And that's where these teachings can really help, and that's why I am here. I want to help you to tell the most amazing stories you can possibly imagine for yourself. And I also want to help myself tell the better stories as well, which is also why I make these videos. If you would like support with that, I am available for Law of Assumption coaching, and I also have a free 21-day Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course, which is the ultimate story that you want to be telling. You'll find all of those details in the box below this video or at my website, youaretheone.com.au. Okay, let's get into it. Okay. I have been wondering how on earth I'm going to make this video, because this video, which is not this particular video, I've made two other videos that I had to delete because of what happened after I made the video. But then the point of the video is really important, but I had to rework how I was going to share this story, because I realized by sharing the story that I did in the last video, I then produced that in my reality and I experienced an unfavorable reality as a result of sharing the story again. And I'm going to explain that, but I am going to do this in two parts. Otherwise, I'm going to confuse myself and then I'm going to confuse you, because this feels like I'm in my own version of Inception, where my reality is reflecting back what I'm talking about so fast that I'm having to be really conscious of the stories that I'm telling myself and also telling you in these videos. I can't be telling the old stories in the videos unless I want them to manifest, because this is a creative process. These videos and what I'm talking about in these videos is creating in my reality. So I got to be careful of the stories that I share, and I'm going to explain exactly what happened, but I am going to do this in two parts. So in the first video, in this video, I'm going to share with you the event that happened. I'm not going to get into the actual details. I've learned my lesson on that one, but I'm going to share with you the thing that led to the realization of being more conscious in what we're talking about with friends. And then in the second follow-up video, I'm going to share what happened after the making of the original video, because that's just as powerful in terms of demonstrating the power of your word, the power of your thoughts, the power of your conversations. What I'm experiencing in my reality at this point in time is that things are moving so fast. The lag time between your words and manifestation, or the ideas and conception or manifestation in reality, is shortening. Now, I made this video 2 times before, and I had to delete both times because of what happened after the making of the video. So now that I'm coming back to make this video again, having learned from experience, I'm not going to share the details of what happened. I'm going to refer to it as the thing. So the other day, this happened on Friday, and I was taking my beautiful baby for a walk, Dora, and I took a walk onto the dog beach. Then I bumped into a friend of mine who I met on the dog beach, and our dogs play together really well. So we were having a lovely chat. And as we were walking up the beach, we were throwing the ball and our dogs were playing, and we fell into conversation about this thing. Now, this thing was an unfavorable thing, And we continued to talk about this thing up the beach. It was a really relaxed conversation. We were just sharing our own experiences with this thing. You know, we were laughing and we were relaxed and throwing the ball, and it was a beautiful evening, and it was like the sky was pink and purple, and the air was fresh and gorgeous, and it was just like a beautiful night. And here we were walking along the beach in this relaxed state, talking about this thing which was unfavorable. And I was aware, I wasn't completely unconscious, because as we were talking about the thing, I thought, oh, probably shouldn't be talking about this thing because it is unfavorable, and I am aware of the power of words and thoughts and conversations, but I kept going. I just overrode that thought. I was like, that's just whatever, no big deal. So anyway, we're walking along the beach, and then we're walking back, and then we stopped talking about that thing for a little bit, and we moved on to another topic. Not for long, but then we ended up bumping into some people that she knew. So we walked over to those people, and we were in another conversation which was super relaxed, and so everyone's just relaxed. Lovely evening. And then all of a sudden, the thing that we had been talking about up the beach suddenly happened. It happened in reality. It happened before our eyes, was very real, very unfavorable, not something that anyone would want to be experiencing. And I was standing off to the side watching this thing unfold, just going, whoa. Because I had never seen this thing in reality with my own eyes. You know, I'd heard about this thing, I'd spoken about this thing, I'd seen other people experience this thing, but this thing had never really occurred in front of me the way this thing was occurring in front of me at this point. Now, this was moments after we had finished talking about this thing. And I really cannot tell you what the thing is, because I did that in the last couple of videos, and this thing then happened again. Everyone was in quite a bit of shock. I went home, I quickly revised this story, but it left a mark. But I was also going, wow, this is a really good idea for a video, or this is inspiration for a video, because this highlights just how important it is to be aware of the conversations that you're having with friends. Because even Neville talks about, if there are two people in agreement to an idea, that in itself is creative energy, and that will get produced and manifested in your reality. So when you come together with another person and you are in agreement of something, whether it's favorable or unfavorable, you are creating reality. Now, when I reverse engineered this chain of events, I realized that the conversations that I was having with my friend up the beach, we were in a super relaxed state. We were also in very much agreement. We were in rapport, we were laughing, we were relaxed. It was a really beautiful evening. Like, the ingredient, this thing coming to pass, was perfect. When it actually showed up in reality, after getting over the initial shock of it, I was like, oh my God. And I actually looked at my friend, because we looked at each other and we were like, we have just been talking about this for the last half hour, and here it is. And I'd never seen this in my reality ever before, and especially not like this at this level. So I was like, whoa, that's fast. When you come together with another person and you are in agreement of something, that is creative. So I wanted to make this particular video, without going into the details of the thing, to be more aware of the conversations that you are in agreement to, that you're participating in with friends. If you're with a friend and she's talking about her recent breakup, and you're getting in, and then you're talking about your recent breakup, and then you're in agreement of just how awful these breakups are, you are using your power, your creative power of imagining, of awareness, to create your reality. That may not produce itself immediately, but that is creative, and that will get produced in your reality at some point if you are relaxed enough, if you're in agreement, and if the ingredients are right. It can happen really fast, and it might not be in the exact way that you're talking about. But what you're doing in that conversation is you're producing a state of consciousness, and that state of consciousness is what gets pushed out and reflected back as the events and circumstances and conditions in your reality. So it's really, really critical, if you are on this journey of awakening, to pay attention to the conversations you're having with friends. What are you in agreement to? If you are getting into unfavorable stories with your friends, pull back. You don't have to be the party pooper and be like, oh, no, let's not talk about this. But somehow redirect your awareness and your focus. You don't have to engage in every conversation. You don't have to be in agreement. If people are talking, you can just sit back and relax and just internally instruct your subconscious to switch off, or just become very aware that this is not a story you're letting slip into your conscious. The stories and assumptions that come from your reality or your conversations with friends slip into subconscious when you're in a super relaxed state, which is why that happened the other day with me, is because I was in this super relaxed state talking to my friend. We were talking about this thing that was super unfavorable. Within moments, that thing manifested, and I was watching it like a movie, and it was shocking and it was unfavorable, and it was not something that I would want to bring into my reality again. But I did, because I then came home, I revised it, but then I made a video about it, and I shared the story in this video, not this video, but the other video. And then I'm going to share with you what happened after I made that video in the next video. I hope I haven't confused you. But the point of this video is just to remind you to please be conscious and aware of what you are in agreement to when you are in conversation with friends and colleagues and acquaintances and people. If people are coming at you with negative stories, one, they are reflecting what's going on within you back to you. So there's no need to be rude or to say, no, let's not talk about that. But you can absolutely redirect your awareness to something else. And if you can redirect the conversation, I would suggest doing that as well, gently and without judgment. This is not about teaching or getting up on a soapbox or denying reality. But you want to be very aware of what's going on in reality and being very conscious of whether or not you want to bring that into manifestation in your reality. So whatever it is that you're talking about, just remember, conversations are powerful. Being in agreement with friends is powerful. So be aware of the conversations that you're having and the quality of conversations that you're having, and really ask yourself, is this conversation something that I would want to see manifested in my reality? Because the time that we're in right now, things are moving fast. Reality is manifesting fast. Your power is speeding up. There's just no other way I can see this happening. I don't know what's going on. I just know that things are speeding up and things are moving fast. And if you're not aware of what's going on, then you are going to be using your creative power against you to create more of the things that you don't want. So nothing to be scared of, but just be aware of. Nothing to be scared of, just to be aware of. All right, I will look forward to seeing you in the next video where I will explain part 2 of this. Thank you so much for listening. As always, please remember, you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you. Assume the best for everyone in your movie too. You will have an amazing life. And this is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you and for me too. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.